Dear friends, it's with a deep sense of excitement to introduce myself to you. My name is Rabbi Brian Lycan, and I have the honor of being your board's candidate to become the next senior rabbi at Congregation Beth Israel. Over the last few months, I've had the opportunity to meet many of your leaders and to visit your congregation. I've been so very impressed with CBI's warmth, enthusiasm, and deep desire to build a thriving, relevant, and relational Jewish community in the heart of Austin. My friends, there is an energy amongst the leaders of your congregation to build something incredibly special. I'm humbled about the possibility of partnering and dreaming together. Over the years, my rabbinate has focused on the power and the strength of relationships, which I believe fuel our communities. The Torah teaches us that Moses knew God panim el panim, face to face. I believe that our synagogue should be places that emulate that kind of relationship. I have been so moved to hear that CBI has a similar philosophy in nurturing relationships through programming that systematizes our meeting one another. From the Chaburot Shabbat neighborhood groups to the Jews Who gatherings, from the name tag tower that I saw in your social hall to the listening sessions that have been held for the rabbi search, I've learned that there is an intentional focus on nurturing relationships within the CBI community. My rabbinate has also been about reimagining synagogue space. I believe it is so very vital for us to come together and visualize what our most sacred spaces can look like. How will they reflect our values and the needs of 21st century Judaism? In my current synagogue, we're in the process of selling our own building and creating a new school and sanctuary. I am so very excited about the possibility of imagining a new CBI space with you. At the heart of my rabbinate is a belief that Jewish learning is a lifelong endeavor. Our tradition is one which asks us to engage in constant reflection. Over the years, I've strived to create and support learning opportunities at every stage in life. We learn in the Torah, lo bashamayim v'lo me'ever. The Torah is not in the heavens, it's not across the sea, it is right here with us, to be engaged with, to be studied, to be inspired by. Preschool students, their parents, to bar and bat mitzvah families, from empty nesters to grandparents, and yes, great-grandparents. There is always a place for us to grow and learn from Jewish text and Jewish thought. Finally, my rabbinate has always prioritized our role as Jews in healing the broader world. Over the years, I've been involved in several social justice initiatives, whether it be fighting for quality public education in the East Ramapo School District here in New York, supporting dignity for immigrants and refugees by lobbying for legislation in Albany, bringing teens to the Litaken Social Justice Seminar in Washington, D.C., or bringing adults and teens to Selma, Alabama, to walk across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. I've long been engaged in the process of a synagogue fixing this very broken world. I know that social justice is also a priority for CBI, and I couldn't be more excited about the possibility of joining your efforts. Over the last few months, I've been so impressed to learn about and to meet your staff, your clergy, and the leadership of your congregation. Austin is such an incredible city with so much possibility. CBI has the opportunity to become a shining example of what a synagogue can offer both to a Jewish population and the broader community in which it resides. I'm humbled about the possibility of learning from you, of growing with you, and of being considered to become your next rabbi. As a way of introducing myself, I have created this short little film that gives you a sense of who I am. Thank you. I was born on January 8th, 1976 in Cleveland, Ohio, as the youngest of two boys, my brother John, 4 years older than me. My father, Earl, was an active leader within the broad Cleveland Jewish and secular community for many years. I have always been inspired by my dad's dedication to giving back to his community. He is one of the many people who inspired me to become a rabbi. After high school, I attended Brandeis University, where I studied sociology. While at Brandeis, I took a course with Professor Ruvain Kimmelman on Jewish political ethics, where I began to see the remarkable way in which Jewish values could guide our conversations on public matters. Professor Kimmelman inspired me to spend a few post-college years in Washington, D.C., where I worked as a legislative assistant at the Religious Action Center of Reform Judaism under the tutelage of Rabbi David Saperstein. It was at the RAC where I met my wife, Shara Abraham, who had worked there 2 years earlier and was then in law school at American University. Shara and I fell in love, and I asked her to marry me on the steps of the Religious Action Center of Reform Judaism. We've been married for 23 years, and we have 2 boys, Caleb, who is 19 and a freshman at Butler University, and Ari, who is 16 and a junior in high school. I have served as a rabbi in 2 congregations. My first pulpit was in Norwalk, Connecticut, where I served as a student rabbi and then as the assistant associate rabbi. In 2012, I became the rabbi of Temple Beth Shalom in New City, New York. It is here where I've been for almost 13 years. I love what I do. I love being a rabbi and being a part of people's lives, of inspiring and being inspired about the Jewish tradition and the people who make up the Jewish community. I am so looking forward to the possibility of joining you as your rabbi.